Hi again, everyone. In this video, we will be talking about a new topic, which is flow control and the TCP. So before we talk about the flow control, let's talk about how the segment is being delivered at the receivers. So as we already seen before, we have the when the receiver is receiving a segment or a message, it will go through from the lower layers up to the transport layers with the decapsulation mechanisms, and then the data will be stored at the TCP socket receive buffers. Okay. And then how the data is being taken out or sent to the application process, it is by the socket programming that we already learned before. So the application will take out the data from the receive buffers. Now, what happens if the data from the network layer is faster or sent faster, then the application can take out the data from the buffers. I mean, the data that is sent from the network layers to the socket buffers, receive buffers, is faster than the application can take out from the buffers. So we can imagine from these illustrations, like for example, if we cannot drink from the fire hose. So as we can see, we are wasting a lot of waters. So in the same way, we are wasting a lot of bytes from the sender. So if we are sending lots of bytes and faster than the receiver, the application at the receiving side can actually take from the receive buffers, then we are wasting a lot of bytes. So then there is a concept of flow control, in which the receiver sets the bytes it is willing to accept. So in the receive window, okay. So basically, flow control is a mechanism for the receiver to limit the number of bytes that is sent by the sender, so that it is not overwhelm the receiver too much. Okay, so we'll have a look at the buffer, receive buffer. So receive buffer is actually something that we set normally at when we are writing socket programming. Okay, so by default, typical default is 4096 bytes. Okay, so from this total bytes in the receive buffer, there are some data that is buffered already in the buffer. Okay, so now we are left with the free buffer space. Now this is called the receive window. Okay, so the receive window is something that the applicator or the receiver can the maximum number of bytes that the receiver can receive from the sender. So this information is now being written when, let's say, when the receiver is sending the, let's say, the ACK. Okay, so it's piggyback, for example, it is piggyback at the acknowledgement segment. So it's telling the sender, okay, so this is the maximum number of bytes I can receive. So you shouldn't send me more than this number of bytes. So this is it will guarantee that the receiver buffer will not overflow. Alright, so I think that's it about the TCP flow control. Next time we'll talk about the TCP connection management in the next video. So see you then.